Morning, everybody. It is December 20th, 8:25 a.m. Um, Yesterday couldn't do a video. Apologize for that. I had data issues with NinjaTrader. Never happened before. I had like a bunch of hours missing from my data, which messed up all my pre-market plans and charting and stuff like that. So I thought that would be handled early, but it wasn't handled till like the afternoon, which was a little too late. So that put a wrench in my plans of trading yesterday. Um, but everything's all good today. So back. Um, let's look at the watch list. All right. Let's see what we got going here. We got the 10-year yield is up 2.57%. Okay, it's notable. Crude up a percent. Okay. The VIX is up. You got the Dow basically flat but down 0.09. The Russell down 0.13. ES down 0.27. The dollar is down. Nasdaq's down 0.55. Right. So you see bonds are being sold. Right. Hence the TNX, the 10-year yield is rising, which finally now maybe the bond market's getting into gear. Right. Let's look at some leaders and laggards, which is not there's not much to speak of. All right. So we have BA. That's not much of a leader. Let's go to that laggards right away. So we got BABA is down 1.73%. We got Nasdaq. Netflix down 2.74%. Let's look at the reason why. Let's see here. Netflix ad supported tier was its least popular plan in launch month. There you go. Uh, what do we have in top sectors? Nothing to see the laggard. Qualcomm, not much of a laggard. Uh, Energy, not much of a leader either. This is a mixed bag today. It's really nothing strong, nothing weak. Tech, the weakest, but not much weight to put into that. All right, not much weight to put into that. Let's go right into the daily charts. Alrighty. So, market has been selling off, right? Market's selling off pretty hard. Obviously, from the most traded price of the year, that was a breakout. Usually, from those levels, you're gonna get a big move, right? Well, full disclosure, I put a trade on. I put butterflies on. Put butterflies um, on Thursday morning, and they were looking good. They were looking good. And even though the market really stayed low, was a trending thing lower, because this market has always, well, not always, but it hasn't had much follow through as of late. And the bond market was not showing its hand. I was like, you know what? If this thing gaps up tomorrow, but it didn't. And it's the first time on a news event that I really wasn't able to cash in from some follow through. So that was, I kind of got a little at the end of the market. I scaled one off. I had one on the Qs and SPY, and then I just said, you know what? Let me close it. I took profits. Obviously, not the right move, but that's trading, right? So let's look at this. We're in a downtrend. Okay, we're under the 200, the 20, the 9 daily EMA, the 50 moving average, right? And where did we hit? We hit this key support level, 379.23 yesterday, right? And bounced off of it. The market is definitely oversold, to say the least. All right, we have an oversold market. Does that mean we can't sell off more? No, but it is oversold. All right, so caution shorts, right? All right, caution shorts. So let's look at some levels here. Let's see what we can see here. Now this was the last leg that I've always talked about, 390, that got blown through, right? So now look what we got. Some resistance here, right? Some resistance here, right? This level. All right, so you can see here, and I'll show you too in futures, that this is the last 30 days. All right, so you can see the profile now is complete. We have the most traded price in the middle, and look, we have excess down to the lows. Okay, and how you use profile is this is a perfect bell curve. This is a bell curve. This is what you want to see, right? So normally you don't want to short this because we're already at excess. We're already at the low of this bell curve. Okay, what needs to happen is this is the most traded price of this week is here. Okay, most traded price of last week is here. Okay, you need to move and make these nodes, this big node here, you want to make a big node, really big one here, in order for us to go down more. Otherwise, we're going to snap right back like a bow and arrow or like a slingshot and go whoop, at least back to here. Right? That's just how it works. It's not going to go down forever. And I'm not saying it can't go down more. Just explaining that, okay? All right, let's look at the Qs. The Qs have a little different of support area here that I'm going to show you guys. So there's a trend line here that's been hit once, twice, and now it's hit again. Look at that trend line, how perfectly yesterday bounced off of it. However, there's also a downtrend line that it also hit. See that? So it kissed this trend line, literally, and went boop. It bounced off of it. Okay? Very tricky here. So, bounced off of this, and we have this trend line here. So, if we break out of this trend line, you got the 50 moving average to deal with. You got the 9 EMA daily. But can we possibly go back to the bottom of this balance, which is 280? I don't know if that happens today, but I'm saying that could probably be a realistic target. All right. You see, we have the balanced look again. We have that nice bell curve, right? Excess at the top, most traded price here, here. Okay. Probability wise, I would say we probably go back to here or here, which is 274, 277. Doesn't mean we can't roll over again, right? All right. Let's look at that triple headed monster, because that's been now finally showing it a little bit of a sign that, all right, right? I've kept saying this range is not showing its hand. Well, look, we broke this downtrend. Let's make this here. We broke it. Broke it yesterday. Okay, now look, we're gapping up. We're at 3.65 right now. So if this continues to start moving up, we have a trend line here, then, or it could stay in a range, but if we start really starting to push up, get ready for another downturn. That's what most people are calling for next year, is another downturn in the beginning of the year. But this could be the start of showing its hand in the bond market. Okay, we're in this range for a while, and now look. All right. The bond market, this is the inverse of the bond market. So the bond market was being bought. Well, now it's overbought. So people are selling bonds. Okay, it's going to drive the interest rates higher. So they got to keep an eye on that, right? So let's look at that dollar. Now the dollar is still on this trend line, below 200-day moving average. Okay, definitely in just hanging out here in the range. Now it's down today. The reason why is Bank of Japan started tightening, and the yen rose. The dollar pair rose, so that put pressure on the dollar. That's why that's happening. All right, let's look at the VIX. VIX is interesting, right? We've been falling here, and look, the VIX has just been steady. It isn't rocketing higher. It's not just going higher. Now remember, this is a volatility measuring tool. It's not always inverse. It just measures volatility, right? All right, just things to note, right? We're still at a 22 VIX. All right, we're not all the way up here. We're definitely not all the way up here. All right, so no capitulation yet. All right, all right. Let's look at that futures market. Let's look at that futures market. All right, so now, like I spoke about just earlier, the profile. Here's our profile for the last 5 days. Now remember, this is 24 hours minus from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, that's the only time futures are closed, and Saturday. Okay, and Sunday. All right, open up at 6 p.m. Sunday, go all the way to 5 p.m. Friday. Okay, so this is how the profiles looked for that time for the last 5 days. Okay, now you can see just same thing on SPY, kind of a nice little complete profile. Look what's happening here. There's a taper. Less, 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 less. Less and less people are shorting. Less and less people are doing business at these prices. Okay? Now, where's the 5 day? Where's the most traded price of the week? Right here. This is the next candidate for that, though. Okay? This definitely is the next candidate to move. However, that most traded price of the week is 39.27. The candidate that I'm talking about is 38.78. Okay? So like I said, we have some excess now at the bottom. It's thinned out. The market needs to one, if it keeps hanging out down here, it's going to move the most traded price of the week down here. Okay? But if it doesn't, that market's going here and then here. Okay? That's how the market works. If you can't do business down here too much longer, it's going to go back to old value. Okay? And that's the whole thing about price and value. Is value going to follow price, or price going to follow value? Shorts have been doing their business, right? Shorts have been doing what they're supposed to be doing. But you can't go short forever, and they're going to get squeezed eventually. And that doesn't mean a bull run. It just means that's how the market works, right? People are going to short. People are short down here, right? So, all right. So let's look at what we got going. 38.42. Price is right here. Okay. We came all the way down, broke these lows in the overnight session, came all the way down to 38.03 is the low for the overnight. The high for the overnight is 38.54. So where are we at right now? Look at settlement right here, the close. Price is right at the close. It's basically flat. Okay. So one, we're not waking up. No one's gonna wake up right now and look at the market and go, "Oh my God, they would have at one time here, right? Because we were at the lows, but now, right, the market has taken away the squeeze for the overnight. It's already happened, right? So the shorts that were all like short up here, and we went down here, they took profit, or shorts here got squeezed already, because that's the price up here, right? So now these overnight shorts have been really taken care of, besides maybe whoever shorted here. Okay, because the majority of the night has been short. Here's 50%, the mid, right? That's about 70% net short for the overnight. But they've been already taken care of, so that's not a play. I'm just showing you. That's why whenever you're inside of the range of yesterday, there's yesterday's high, there's yesterday's low, right? Now we came all the way down here, and now we're here. So this is like very balancy, and we're also, keep in mind, it's December 20th. Big money is probably on vacation. Okay, volume's gonna start to get lower, right? Not as gonna be as confident in some moves. You really have to be patient. There could be a lot of games. This could be a retail game. Okay, so just be mindful of that. So right now, this isn't really. There's a lot of supply here too. A lot of supply zones. Okay. But today could be the day that we start to squeeze some shorts. Okay, people start to take profits and go, okay, I'm taking my shorts now, and maybe we move back to the 5 day. Right? We have to see. All right, let's go to the Nasdaq. All right, what do we got going on the Nasdaq? Nasdaq's tiny weaker. Okay, we have the profile. Very nice complete profile here. We're inside. Here's yesterday's high. Here's yesterday. I mean, here's that it's low. There's the high. There's the low of the overnight. Which, if somebody got up at one point, it was bad. But now it's not. We're not gapping. We're inside yesterday's session. Okay. Now you notice the Nasdaq has a lot more nodes here that you got volume. Let me. Sorry about that. Let me. What do we got? Most traded price of the week's right here for the RTH session. That is 113.50. I'm sorry. This is the 24-hour session. 113.50. This box always represents the RTH session. And what's that? That is. What price is that? That is 113.08. Okay. Most traded price of the month up here. That is 116.37. Okay, so we're below both of those, which is bearish. You're below both of those, you're bearish. Okay. Now the only thing here is you can see that in the 24-hour session, the most traded price is here. So I'm just gonna say here is a lot of volume, right? But look at the Nasdaq. It might pull some of these. This volume right here could make this go lower, and we could start doing this, right? Which is bearish, right? You bring in this value lower, right? So, but we're pretty oversold. So we have to see. We got the completed profile, okay? If we can't bring this down, I told you, we're going to slingshot right to here. And, if we happen to get over the supply zone, we could definitely move back here. But I don't know. I have no clue. So, all right, let's look at let's go to the hourly chart. Hit you with the watch list while I go to bring that up. All right, let's go to those hourly charts. Okay, I'll show you what I'm seeing here. see. So we're in this little bit of a bull flag. All right here. Okay, you can see the excess we made right here. Right here, we came down here almost to this demand zone, and now we've been popping off, right? But we haven't able to take out this candle, this hourly candle yet. That's what I'm seeing right now, right? And you can see here, we've been in this channel. See this channel? We've hit it once, twice, 3 times. Well, this could be a bunch of times, 4 or 5 times. Came up there, right? And then look where we go. It's literally like this: down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and now we're here. So we're in this channel, right? So this is the trend line going down. So this is now this lines up. You can see the confluence here, right? We have resistance here, 38.62, 38.55. If we can come up here with volume, right, we're gonna break out of this channel and break and squeeze these shorts here. And then I would say here you can go to 38.80. Definitely have a high volume node here with supply. That could probably be your first stop. Okay, then you can take it back up here to 38.97's resistance, and you got a big supply zone here. You know, I don't know if you could break that. Obviously, you can move up here to 39.32. But that's what I'm seeing, because I mentioned oversold, right? I'm not really interested in too many shorts, right? But this has definitely got my attention. This has definitely got my attention. You know, I mean, we're all sold, okay? And if people get up and they're still short and we're starting to come back, they're gonna take some profit. Okay? They're gonna take some profit. So that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, we're holding this support still 38.35. This is a little mini support, okay, and part of the overnight session. You know, this, and you have this little trend line starting here. Could we bounce this? Bounce off here, break this trend line and the resistances to go up here? Maybe. Maybe, right? Have to see. Okay. And let's go to the Nasdaq. Okay. Now, in the Nasdaq, we also have a little channel. Okay, it's also a descending wedge, and you can see that. Okay, so this just means that momentum is slowing down, right? Because these are starting to come together. Momentum slowing down, right? It's coming closer and closer, and eventually it could reverse and pop out of there, right? So let's get this a little bigger. Okay, so same kind of thing. So this is basically a trend line too. Okay, so this trend line, it's a little different than I think I like it. It's a cleaner trend in the ES that I like better. But you can see we have a little demand zone here. Okay, and now we have a resistance here that I could add. We have a nice supply zone here. Okay, so even if we break out of this wedge, we have this to contend with. See, that's why I'm not as big of a fan of this setup as far as I am the ES. But then you have resistance at 112.27, 112.54 that could definitely bring you up here to this supply zone with the resistance of 114.05. All right, like I said, I'm interested in more of the longs today. Okay, and this trend line right here, notice that it's got a third touch here and it's starting to bounce off it. So I'm going to watch that today. And just like the ES, right, you have this big flush lower here that has not been taken out yet. Okay, so that 122 on 112.27 and 112.20, these two right here, you need to break through that to then maybe pull back and go up here 114.05. Okay, could this be the day, right? Could this be the day that we get a little bit of a push, a little bit of a positive day today? Doesn't mean a bull run, just means okay, little short squeeze, people taking profits. All right. All right. Alrighty, so you can see my crude here. That's in a channel. You can see that channel, right? Look at that channel. It's a beautiful channel right there. Beautiful. I actually just put a straddle on, a long straddle on crude. Alright. Just because it's in balance. And I'm expecting a breakout. So I usually do the CL contract, but I did the MCL just so, because straddles are expensive. So I did the micros. I could show you that really quickly. Again, I put that on earlier. This is just to take advantage of a move higher or lower if you don't know what a straddle is. I can show you that in a second, real quick. Again, not a financial advisor. Don't take any advice from me. I'm just showing you what I did. If you do it, it's at your own risk. But it's a simple trade. Nothing special. I'm just saying, I really think crude's going higher, but I don't know, right? So that's why I put the straddle on. So you can see here, there's my straddle. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see it. So I bought a put at $76. Bought a call at $76. Okay. It cost me $713 times 3. So just figure that's $2,100, probably a little more than $2,100, right? There's the cost right there, $2,139. Okay. Now the beauty of the straddle is this. All right. So you get paid either way it goes. So I'm expecting a breakout, and I did it for 28 days. So if it stays here, obviously, I'm gonna have to, with time decay, if this little orange line here is really like now, if I take it off, okay, that represents today, now, this orange line. So if you've noticed, the PL Theo up here is the now, okay, that's the now. So if this moved today to, let's say, $82 a barrel, you can see I'd make $548. If it moved to $73 a barrel, I make $422, right? If it gets pushed even higher, which I believe we're going higher, I'm hoping within 15 days we're up at 89. You can see the profit here, right? Profit there would be about $1,800. That's today though. But expiration, close to expiration, $1,500, and then it's like infinity. Okay, so I'm gonna look to take this off in 15 days. I'm hoping to get a big move, and big move from there. Okay, I'm hoping to get some type of move that breaks out of this. Okay, because we're kind of just in a range right now, and I want to take advantage of that. I might even go with CL and do some long calls. Okay, but I just wanted to show you guys that. I know I don't show a lot of trades, but I think this is a nice trade to put on. I get paid either way. I feel like a move's coming, so I'll put some risk out there. All right, let's go to the market profile. All right, let's look. I'm gonna bring up my ES chart so I can see what I'm showing you guys earlier. Again, I showed you that channel. Okay. Now remember, I'm looking for a long case today. Okay. I'm looking for the long case. So remember, we're tapering. This is my little volume profile here, right? We're tapering. We tapered down. Values above us, all the way up there, 39.27, all the way up there, right? So let's map out something here, okay? Let's go for a little bit of a bullish move. All right. So like I said, we got that wedge, we got that uptrend line, right? So, and this key support right here, this has been supportive, 38.35. Okay. Now, if we open, and I could even see this breaking that a little bit. Market playing some games. We hold this level, work our way up, and now when we work our way up, we're going to squeeze the shorts. And now this is where everybody in the market who's short is going to get nervous, probably take profit, probably get squeezed. And if we come up here, most traded price of yesterday, we can go to, I think we could possibly go to yesterday's highs, maybe even get up here, 38.97. Okay. Now, because these levels are key, right? Remember I told you we have to break those. 38.62, 30.55. If we do, like I said, I believe psychologically the people who are short are going to be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take my profits. I don't want to like see they don't want to get their faces ripped off. Okay, that's what I'm seeing right there. Obviously, I'm going to give you the second one. Is all right. I said we need to build some value, right? So we could always come up here, sellers come back, and I don't think we go down, down, down again. I think we hit this, come back, and I think we balance off here. And we continue to build value lower. Maybe bring the most traded price of the week down here. Okay. And then bear, which I think is a little less likely because we have the demand zone below here. Obviously, I think we can come up here again, come down, break this support, hold it, revisit the overnight lows. And I think even if we did go down here, we'd come in here and we'd come right out in balance. Okay. That's what I see for that. And nothing's really going to change differently, in my opinion, with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, same thing. We got those key resistance levels right here. Okay. Again, I think we can come up, even come down below this level, hold it, come through the supply zone, which in the early on will be easier than later. Pop above the overnight high, hold it, and hopefully go to the most traded price of the week here, 113.11, and go to yesterday's highs, probably into the supply zone, 114.05 maybe, and maybe we fall back and balance off a little bit. Okay. And then always a good old balance. We can come up here, balance, come down here, balance. Okay. Finally, we got the bear move, which is I think a little less likely, but we can come up here in supply, find sellers again, come down here, fight this demand zone, and maybe dip below and come back up. Okay. That's what I'm seeing, guys, for today. All right. So that will be it for me. I wish everybody good luck. Stay green. Give me a comment, like, subscribe. Again, if anything to note, I will come back on to see if I see something, and I will be looking at ES. Like I said, to break those resistance lines, to break that trend line, and maybe we can get a nice trade off of that. All right. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.